Hello students, week 14, hackathon working with Python and JSON. I hope you had fun with the hacking with CSV files. Um, it kind of involves a lot of working through and Googling and frustration at times, but this is kind of what happens when you are programming. But this week is going to be hopefully a little more fun, or a lot more fun. I was hoping you'd have fun with the CSV hackathons. And basically, you're going to be working with JSON files. And JSON it stands for JavaScript Object Notation. And if you've never seen one, you'll actually be collecting data and as JSON files, and you'll see what they look like. But they are similar in structure to JavaScript. And if you've taken 488, you're familiar with that. But basically, it's just used for transmitting structured data over a network connection, just to transmit the data between the server and the web application. And it's used as an alternative sometimes to XML. So what you're going to do for this week's lab is you're going to be grabbing some JSON files from News API. And first thing you want to do is go to this site and register for it'll ask you to create an account. It's free, and then you register, and then they'll give you this key, this API key. This is my API key, and once you get your key, it'll say get started. You click on get started, and it'll bring you to this page. And if you look here, got client libraries. We're working with Python, so you click on Python, and then they've provided some code for you to grab JSON data. So what I've done is I've created this top here. The headlines didn't work, so I had to modify the script to make it work. And down here is where you would collect all articles. So and this if you run this code, it will show you what the different sources are that you and how to write them. So if you want to change your sources. So basically, I created a couple scripts for you just to make it easier to just put in your topic and run them. So basically up here you're saying from News API you have to import this News API client, and this is a library that they've created in Python that works with Python. And here you're just going to create you have to put in your key. So you're saying News API client and your API key. Now this is my key, so you need to put in your key. And that would go here. So then you create a variable top headlines, and this is their News API.get top headlines, and this is all code that they've written. That's a method that they've written in Python. And then this is your parameters, your topic. So I chose Trump, and then here's where you put your sources, and I just left the sources that they had there. But you can put different news sources in there. Basically what this is going to do, it's going to just grab the top headlines from these two sources. And here, this line, print top headlines, will just tell you how many results you've got. So you want to have data that you can work with. So if you only get like one result, that's not really going to be fun to work with. So you want to get like at least 5. You could get up to 30, depending. So you want to, Trump will definitely bring in some data, but you can think of other popular topics that would bring in a lot of data for you for your JSON file. And then down here, you need to import the JSON library to work with JSON, to get Python to work with JSON. And then here you're just going to, this writes the file, and then it prints the JSON file. So this is printing the top headline as an F file, but here we have, I put indent 4 because if you don't, the file is gonna just look like a one long string, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm gonna take this out. And then I'm gonna run it. And then it was saved as top headlines.json, and that's in my downloads folder because that's where I am. So I'm going to just go there and open up the file. Top headlines.json. And see, so I've got 5 results, and it's just all one string, which is not useful. We want to look at them to make it easier. So here you see status okay. I've got 5 articles, and then this is all the data, the JSON data. So what we do is we add indent. This is just a parameter equals 4. And then I'm gonna save that, and then I'm just gonna run it again. And then you see, it's so much easier to read. It's so much easier. You can see all the elements, and this looks like JavaScript. You can see using the brackets, and then you have your elements, and then your content. So this is a data file that that you could work with. You can use this. You can use this same Trump file if you like. If you find it's hard to get other results, that's perfectly fine. I want to just quickly talk about the other option, and you only have to grab one JSON file to work with for the hackathon, and you're going to be doing cool things with this file as well. So here we're just all this stuff on the top is pretty much the same, and then here you put your sources, the domains. This is important here. You can only go back as far as November 1st, 2019. So can't say this. Yeah. So you have to make these dates work for you. So I have November 2nd to the 5th. And the other stuff, you could just leave it the same. And then leave it as it is. And then same thing. So this is just going to print the JSON file, and here I don't have an indent 4, but you should put an indent 4 here. Equals, and there's other parameters. If you when you're looking on looking for cool stuff, you'll see that there are other parameters that you can put in there as well, and that could be some cool stuff that you show. So have fun with this, and I do have a forum on there for troubleshooting, but just have fun working with the JSON data with Python and this data that you collect. And it doesn't have to be very intense, complex things that you do with it. Just basic, simple things is how kind of what I'm looking for, just to get you a little get your hands a little dirty with JSON files, and it's pretty cool because I know that the 480 the data interoperability course does work with different file formats, XML and also JSON. So this will just give you a little preview of what's to come if you take that class. So yeah, so I'll be online all week, and I hope you have fun with this, and I'll see you online.